to Neuro-Mind, a joyful, inclusive podcast that celebrates what happens when curiosity meets passion. Each episode invites a neurodivergent or neurotypical guest to deep dive into their special interest. Whether it's Lego, Star Wars, Jane Austen, creative writing, or in today's case, the passionate, emotional, and globally loved world of football. Inspired by Mastermind, but without any of the pressure, spotlights, or performance anxiety. Neuro-Mind is all about pride, passion, and the incredible things our minds can do when we're truly interested. I'm your host, Mark, and today I'm joined by Chris, who's here to tell us everything we ever wanted to know about football. How are you doing today, Chris?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, yeah.
Before we kick off, lace up our boots and get into goals, teams, and match day memories, we like to start with a little warm-up. What would be your dream job if you could do anything and money didn't matter?
I just think doing some research, informal research, blogging, that kind of thing, yeah.
Okay,
Research.
so you like to do the deep dive researching on things, and would that be about football?
Could be, yeah.
Oh, I know you like cricket as well.
Yeah. Football, cricket, yeah.
It's sports related.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the focus round. Chris, please could you do us the honour of pressing the red Neuro-Mind sound effect button? Here are your questions. Do you remember the first match, team, or player that made you fall in love with the game?
Yeah, well, my dad took me to the old Wembley in 1982 to watch the Charity Shields between Liverpool and Tottenham. So I suppose that's a sort of big memory for me.
Okay, so that was the first time you ever went to a stadium?
Yeah, first football ground, it was the old Wembley, so yeah, big one.
Wow, okay, so of course it's all changed now, isn't it?
Yeah, must have done, yeah. I haven't been to the new Wembley, but yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think football means so much to so many people around the world? Because it really does, people are passionate about football, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's such a national, such a world game. I remember watching TV documentary or TV program about Brazil in the early 80s, and that showed you what a big game football was. All the sort of children playing sort of street football, developing their skills, and all the creativity and creative footballers that have come out of Brazil. Well, Pelé would be an obvious one. Zico as well, a big 80s player for Brazil.
Do you think every country in the world has a football team now?
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, it's very possible, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, even the ones you wouldn't think have football teams, because I heard about this really tiny island, I can't remember what it was called now, but they had a football team, and I was like, that's really surprising that it's everywhere, everybody.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Middle East teams have all got football teams. I mean, the World Cup was played in Qatar, wasn't it, recently?
Yeah.
Was it?
And even though America calls it soccer, it's still football.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Over the years, have you noticed any big changes in the way football is played or talked about?
No, I think one of the things that's changed is in the 1950s, you had Jackie Milburn going from Ashington, where he lived, into Newcastle, getting the bus from Ashington into Haymarket, apparently, to then play football at St James's Park. So I think that's been a big change.
And do you think it's become more sort of celebrity and flashy now as well?
Well, exactly. I mean, you wouldn't have someone like Jackie Milburn getting on a bus and going from Ashington into Newcastle now. You just couldn't possibly do that. I mean, apparently he was willing to sign autographs in the Haymarket and this sort of thing and then walk to the game. I mean, that just wouldn't happen now. I mean, as you say, it's probably that sort of celebrity influence that has stopped that from
And the bigger
happening.
it gets.
Yeah. Well, the bigger
the crazier it gets, in a way.
Yeah. I mean, the bigger it gets, crazier it gets. I mean, the football players of the past would have been like the man on the street, if you like, you know.
Yeah, of course. When the stadiums were probably a little less flashy.
Yeah.
And the football players probably had full-time jobs back in the day, once upon a time.
Yeah, well, I mean, going back, I suppose over 100 years ago, that would definitely have been the case. But as I say, even in the 1950s, Jackie Milburn was getting on a bus. I mean, I heard stories about that even going into the 90s, like Paul Gascoigne and Steve Watson, people like that were getting on a bus
And it just couldn't happen now.
It just couldn't happen now, you know.
No, it's interesting, isn't it? One topic that's been discussed more in recent years is the link between football and dementia. When did you first become aware of that conversation?
Yeah, well, there's an article in the Telegraph. There's an interview with Chris Sutton,
Yes.
who's a former Blackburn striker. And his dad was also a professional footballer. He was a central defender. So yeah, I learned about it in particular when I read that article.
Yeah, and that's become quite a focus for you now, has it?
Yeah, well, I've found out now that the defenders are particularly at risk of dementia, 5 times more likely than the general population to get dementia. And someone like Mike Sutton, Chris Sutton's dad, has been particularly affected by that. So.
Yeah, it's quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah,
but I suppose, in a way, talking about it raises awareness and perhaps something can be done about it, maybe.
Well, I think it's something that parents are going to have to look at and be concerned about. And I think for a lot of people, they just end up playing five-a-side football, small-sided football, just in an informal way and not bother getting involved in heading techniques and anything like that.
Do you think there's a future for football without heading the football?
I think at the amateur level, I think a lot of people will just want to play it in a much more informal, casual way without bothering to learn how to head a football. You know.
Do you think you could replace it with a punch instead, or is that going too far?
I suppose that would be a handball.
Yeah, it would be. Who famously did that?
That was Maradona, yeah.
Maradona,
yeah,
that's it.
86 World Cup, yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps there's something in that.
I just think you just have a more sort of casual game played at sort of ground level.
Yeah.
Particularly at the amateur level.
Do you think the football world is doing enough to protect players' long-term health?
I think the problem is that the football industry's got a product that works.
Yeah.
So there's not really an incentive for them to change. So they're not really doing enough in terms of the professional game, although they have banned heading for children under the age of 12. So some steps are being taken, but not enough.
Right, so it could go a lot further.
Yeah, definitely.
If you could describe what football means to you personally, what would you say?
I just think it means a lot to me and lots of people in the city, particularly when there's a game like there is tonight.
Yeah, I mean people go crazy in Newcastle, don't they?
Well, exactly. No, I mean, I used to live in Gateshead, and you could hear the crowd from Gateshead. And I mean, I'm back in Gosforth again now, but I could hear the crowd last week just on sort of Gosforth High Street area, you know. So.
And I have to say, when I've walked through Newcastle during a game, kicking out, people seem pretty good. You know, the atmosphere's there, the energy's there, but people are well behaved. People are just enjoying themselves. So there's a good vibe in Newcastle, I'd say. Yeah,
well, I think that's been particularly the case with the women's football. I've been to a few of the women's games at St James's Park. So you've had a good atmosphere at the women's games. They did get over 38,500. So at the Newcastle Sun and women's games. So
that's the thing to mention, actually, isn't it? Because the women's games become so prominent now. People really love it. They're following it. It's perhaps, is it, dare I say, overtaking the men's game?
I wouldn't say it's overtaking the men's game, but I think it's perhaps a bit more creative.
Yeah.
Whereas perhaps the men's games become a bit too tactical.
Yeah.
Bit too much like a chess game, if you like, perhaps.
Yeah.
As maybe the men's game or football in general has lost a bit of its spontaneity.
Now it's time for the deep dive. Chris, please press the blue football theme sound effect button.
The blue one.
Yes, please. Oh. Probably recognise that. This is a chance to go beyond the questions and explore what football really means to you. When did football become more than just a sport and start feeling like a real passion in your life?
Probably when I was quite young, as I say, like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
When there was a lot of football on the radio and TV, but I'd also like play football like in the street, in the Cul-de-sac where I used to live.
Did you get in any trouble? You didn't break any windows, I hope.
No, I mean, it wasn't too bad from that point of view. Quite lucky because I had quite a sort of spacious cul-de-sac to kick a ball around. And stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah, no cars, so that was good. Yeah.
Ideal. What do you think makes football such a powerful shared experience between fans? Because I mean, when you see the crowds, they are all feeling the same thing at the same time, aren't they? I mean, what is that? How would you describe that to someone who doesn't really follow football and stuff?
Well, I suppose it's a sort of shared understanding, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you could talk to someone in some other part of the country and they would immediately know what you were talking about if they were a football fan.
Yeah, completely. So it's like a way of connecting with people.
Well, exactly, yeah, connection.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. And we all want connection, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the reason why football's thrived so much is that there's been a lot of sort of, fragmentation in other parts of society.
Yeah.
But football's still remains as a big sort of powerful uniting force, if you like.
Drawing people together.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Is there a football moment you'll never forget?
I think Faustino Sprilla scored a goal at St James's Park and he put his shirt on the corner flag and he raised the corner flag up into the fans.
Like flying the shirt like a flag?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's an iconic moment.
Yeah, that was quite a big moment caught on BBC TV,
Yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah.
Okay, time for the Neuro quickfire round. Chris, please hit the green football themed sound effect button to get us started. That's the crowd getting crazy over a goal. This is a lightning round of choices. However, if you can't decide, feel free to say skip. Ready? Watching live at the stadium or on TV?
Well, I mean, watching live at the stadium is better, but obviously it's not always easy for everyone to get into St James's Park. So
exactly, it's expensive.
Well, it's expensive. All the tickets are bought up. Apparently, I think I heard something. Apparently, it's £75.
Wow.
To watch Barcelona versus Newcastle today.
Yeah, not cheap then.
Not cheap, yeah. So I mean, from pragmatic point of view, just watch on the TV.
Last minute winner or dominant victory?
I think probably a dominant victory. I think Newcastle could do with a few dominant victories.
That's what you wish for.
Yeah.
Attacking football or tactical defence?
I think probably attacking football, some of the Kevin Keegan games, the mid-90s.
Legendary players or rising young talent?
Probably legendary players.
Yeah, can't forget the legends. Historical matches or modern football?
I've been watching old games on YouTube, so I think historical matches.
Thank God for YouTube.
Yeah, it works out, yeah.
Right. Chris, please press the orange football themed sound effect button to wrap things up. You might recognise that one. Thank you so much, Chris. Today you've officially earned the title of Neuro-Mind Football Superfan. Before we finish, please spin our Wheel of Fortune to see what prize you're taking home. Oh, lucky loot. You have won this professional football and these delicious football sweeties.
All right. I think I'll give them to someone else. But yeah,
why not? You keep the football. You can have a game later.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for being on Neuro-Mind. It's been a total joy having you on the show. And to everyone listening, remember your special interest isn't weird, it's wonderful, and the world is brighter when we get to hear about it. Got a topic you could talk about for hours? We'd love to have you on the show. Come and be a guest on Neuro-Mind, the podcast that celebrates everything you love, no matter how niche, nerdy, or neuro-wonderful. Tell us what lights up your mind. Comment below or message Neuroversal Studios. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Bye.